What's up, guys? Today I'm going to be starting a new series where I add one player at a time to a team until they have a Super Bowl season where they win the Super Bowl. We're going to be starting with the Lions here. So how it's going to work is we're going to just simulate a season, see their record, and then add one player from a random team, and we're going to keep doing that over and over again until the Lions win the Super Bowl. And that player is going to be the player of my choice. It'll usually be the highest overall player, but if I think that there's a specific need or something like that, I will add that player instead. But, first of all, we're just going to sim the season, adding no one. So we're going to sim to playoff, see if we make it. I am betting that we will not, just because we're the Lions, who were one of the worst teams in the league this year. So we will see what happens. All right, so the Lions finished 4-13, last in their division. Not that great. Let me see. Stats and awards here. Goff finished with just under 4,000 yards, 24 touchdowns, 17 interceptions. Swift had only 5 rushing touchdowns, 867 yards. Jamal Williams with 9 touchdowns, but only 300 yards, so, not that great. Quintez Cephas was the leading receiver, and then Amon-Ra St. Brown, so, yeah, not very good. And yeah, we finished 31st in the NFL ahead of only the Dolphins, so yeah, not that great. Okay, so now we're going to restart the season, but we're going to add one player from a random team. So how we're going to do this, we're going to go just into NFL rosters, and we're going to select a random team. So I'm not looking at this, and the random team will be the Chargers. Okay, so we could add Keenan Allen or Joey Bosa or potentially Herbert, but he's only an 84. And we're trying to win now. It's not like we're trying to develop these players. This is a win now situation, I think we're going to go Bosa here. I feel like solidifying that defense is going to be big, and we could get better receivers than Keenan Allen down the road. So I think Bosa. Okay, so we traded for Joey Bosa. He is a 93 overall player, which is the highest overall player on our team. So now we're going to sim the season again and see maybe if we got any better. I don't expect a whole lot, but hopefully you can't get a whole lot worse than last season. So let's see what happens. Okay, wow. So we finished 3-14, which is worse than last season, actually. Believe it or not. We finished dead last in the NFL. Wow. That is terrible. Let's see if Bosa did anything. Again, Goff with pretty similar stats. Swift with similar stats. Let's see. Defensively. Bosa finished with 57 total tackles and 5 sacks. So, honestly, pretty underwhelming. 5 sacks in a whole season is not that great. And yeah, so I guess our decision to add Bosa did not really pay out. Okay, so the next team we're going to be stealing from is the Browns. Okay, so do we add another pass rusher here and load up the D-line, or we could go Chubb or Denzel Ward? I think we kind of have to go Myles Garrett. I know we just added Joey Bosa, but if we add another D-lineman, our D-line is going to be basically unstoppable. So I think this is the move to get Myles Garrett here. All right, so now we have Myles Garrett. So now our D-line consists of Joey Bosa and Myles Garrett. And if that isn't terrifying, then I don't know what is. Hopefully these two can lead us to some more wins this season. We will see. All right, so we're going to sim, and we'll check out how the Lions do. Okay, so the Lions finished at 7-10 this season. Still not above 500, but significantly better than they have been finishing. We did miss the playoffs, but hey, 22nd, that's definitely better than the first 2 seasons, so we're getting somewhere. Let's look at the stats real quick. There's golf stats, still okay. Swift, about the same. Dude, Swift literally gets no touchdowns. It's insane, but whatever. Let's go defensively. Bosa finished with 14.5 sacks, and Garrett finished with 9.5. So between the two of them, that's what, 24 sacks, which is insane. I just think we need to upgrade the offense a little bit. I'm sure that, they don't really have a ton of skill players, so adding a quarterback and a couple receivers maybe, and we're right there. I mean, these two guys are absolute beasts. Trey Flowers with 7.5 sacks also. So I mean, D-line is looking great. We just got to get a few more upgrades, and I think we're looking good. Okay, the next team that we will be stealing from is the Buccaneers. I do think Brady is probably the obvious choice. I mean, Mike Evans or maybe a linebacker, but I mean, you kind of have to go Brady here, 99 overall quarterback. Like, he's automatically going to boost your team significantly, so I think we're going to take Brady here. So we got Brady on the Lions, the 99 overall quarterback. I mean, he's just a winner, so I can't imagine that we can get worse from last year adding a guy like Tom Brady to the team. I am a little worried about who he's going to throw to, but I'm sure Brady will figure it out. So, okay, so the Lions finished at 9-8, above 500. Let's see. And they made the playoffs in the wild card spot. Wow, the last wild card spot in the West, but they made it. Real quick, let's look at the stats before we hop into the wild card game. Brady was second in the NFL in passing yards, third in touchdowns. Let's see if. And he finished sixth in the NFL in MVP voting. Wow. Yeah, so almost 5,000 yards with 40 touchdowns and 12 picks. Let's see. Amon-Ra St. Brown finished with over 100 catches, 10 touchdowns. Quintez Cephas with 12 touchdowns and 1,100 yards. And Josh Reynolds broke 1,000 yards too. I meant 1,000 yards for Cephas. I don't know if I said that right, but 3 guys with over 1,000 yard receiving. That's insane. And none of them are above 75 overall, I don't think. And then defensively, Bosa finishes with 18 sacks. Myles Garrett with 12.5. Trey Flowers with 7.5. That's ridiculous. That's absolutely insane. Let's look at this real quick. I'm going to see if Bosa got Defensive Player of the Year, because he finished third in Defensive Player of the Year voting. That's insane. All right, so it looks like we're playing the Rams first. And the winner of that game will play the Packers, it looks like. So we will sim this game. Let's see if we can take the dub. We lost 28-0. Wow, we got killed. However, the fact that we made the playoffs already, I'm thinking 1 to 2 more players and we've got a good shot at the Super Bowl. I like it.